All right, welcome back. Excited to be here.
Yeah, we are. It's going to be a different day today.
Yeah, I'm really excited for this. Sometimes, you can sit and you can talk about what you're going to do or talk about what you have done, but what would really excite our audience, the three of them that are watching right now? No, there's probably more than that.
Yeah. I think we ought to go see a property.
I think we should too. And didn't you just acquire something?
Yeah, we did.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's been last month. We just have a tenant that moved out, and we've spent the last week fixing up the property. So why don't we talk about it in the truck?
Let's get out of here.
I'm going to tell all the details.
All right, sounds good.
Cool.
So tell us a little about the details of this deal, like how you acquired it and what kind of strategy you're using with it.
Sure. So this was an interesting negotiation. We came in and their ask was, they said that they would do seller financing, and we liked that. There's a difference between different buying structures. One is an asset deal, when you just go and you buy the real estate and you close on it and you change, the name on title and everything. Or there's what's called an equity deal or a unit purchase, in this case, which was an LLC. So we were going through the negotiations. We knew how much we were going to come in down. It was going to be 10% down, and then the rest of it was going to be carried over, amortized over 30 years with a 10-year balloon. So very attractive terms.
Yeah.
And then, last minute, we had already done the inspections. They're like, but this isn't an asset deal, this is an equity deal. And so we changed the terms a little bit here and there, and ultimately we ended up with 3% interest on the loan, 13% down on the whole property, which is unheard of in investment property unless you put something creative together. It's hard to do that with an institution, whether you're traditional banks or credit unions or otherwise. And but 13% down at 3% interest, carried over. We're going to have a balloon in 10 years, and that is okay with us.
Yeah. What kind of interest rate did you get?
3% interest.
3%. Okay, you maybe said that, but
right?
I just
and
want
we're
to
in
make
a market
sure
right now that for commercial you're looking at between 8 and 8.5%,
yeah,
potentially 9%.
Yeah.
And you have to come in with probably 25 to 35%.
I was going to say 25, 30% down. Yeah, so that's really appealing if that's what you're looking for.
And it really is. And
yeah.
For us, when you look at it on the surface level, this property, the 12 units that we turned into 13, they were not cash flowing. They were barely covering the principal, the interest, the taxes, and insurance, which is the PITI. So if you take that for short, but it was barely covering all of those costs. So so you ask, well, why would you do it then? Well, because you had market rents that were 20, 30, 40% under market value in some cases, because you just didn't have the attention, or the properties had just been neglected. There wasn't any attention paid to them. And there was actually a property manager that had acquired the property management company from a previous company, and there was this whole reasoning why and justification.
Okay.
But ultimately, the asset was just being underutilized. So
which happens to a lot of people. Sometimes people get overwhelmed. They could get more. It's amazing how many times I'll buy a distressed rental property, and I can't believe how under market rents they are. Where they could increase their rents by $200, $300 a unit, and that may make the big difference for them financially. But they just either underwater, whatever's going on in their life, they don't see any light at the end of the tunnel, and it just spirals. And sometimes, they just can't see anything. So you were probably a huge answer to prayers for this guy to be able to cash him out and him to walk away. And then what a huge answer to prayers for you guys, because now you got a property that's underperforming. You can make it performing better, fix it up, increase the rents. I mean, that's a great win-win for both.
It is, and it's taken a lot of investment, right? We had the units that were vacant. We had this unit that was, just being destroyed. And it is a value add, right? When you can come in and you could buy a property based on the value that it was, based on the rents that were being received, and you can increase it by between 20 and 40%. And now in commercial real estate, when you're looking at units and cash flow, the value of property is based on cash flow. You use what's called a cap rate.
Yes.
And that cap rate impacts what you can demand for the property itself. So for us, now we have property that's worth more because we're demanding the market rate, and that's okay for the tenants. Like, it doesn't mean that they're excited about the increase in rent. It just means that if they were to go anywhere else, they would be paying the same amount. Now they don't have to move, and we're not price gouging or anything else. It's just, this is what the market is bearing, and there's no reason for us to lack competitiveness in a market, or else it devalues our property.
Yes, definitely. I think everybody should always remember that a creative investor always finds a way to solve a problem. It's amazed. I tell people all the time, if you want to be an investor, you're a problem solver. A creative investor. Now, you can just go out and buy properties, that are listed on the MLS, and you're an investor. But if you want to be a creative investor, which is buying, seller financing, buying distressed properties, you become a problem solver. And as you look at a problem, you look at something that's going on, you see what he needs available. If you can help solve that problem, then that could be a huge either discount, benefit, and make it a win-win for both.
Yeah, I love how you say that. We are problem solvers.
Yeah.
Investors are problem solvers. And if you can work through, more than one solution, you're going to solve more problems. So turn right here.
All right. Got it. Well, I'm excited to see this property.
This is a 4-bed, 3-bath house. We figured the after repair value on something like this is probably going to be in your 400 to maybe 440 range. It's a 3,000 plus square foot home.
Man, they've done a lot of dirt work. This looks really good.
So they've pressure washed all of the brick siding to make that look cleaner. And obviously they're cleaning windows right now and making it look clean. But this here was a disaster.
Wow, I can't believe how good that looks. That looks totally different from when we saw it on Friday.
So they showed up on Friday. The tenant still hadn't moved out completely. And so they started working on the yard and got a little bit done on Friday, a little bit done on Saturday, and then Monday they were able to just go all out without any of the tenant stuff that they were worried about. So what we're gonna do back here is we wanna park an RV right here, and we're gonna pull electrical for an RV hookup and
sewer hookup.
We'll run water and sewer.
Well, this has been great. I can't believe just from a few days what they've been able to accomplish.
And it smells clean from right here.
It does. Till we walk in.
Yeah. All right, well, let's go on in, Jason.
Let's do it.
We wanted to cut basically a hole in the floor here and then take stairs down into the basement so that you could have a duplex style living.
And this room's plenty big enough. You won't miss that square footage at all. I mean, the kitchen's, kind of a galley, but it's big. But man, this opens up to a massive dining room. I mean, you can put a big table in here, which would be really nice. Are you gonna keep the fireplace? Or you tearing that out?
You know what? The fireplace isn't disrupting anything, so it's kind of hard because it has its appeal.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice big bedroom, but there's really, of the bedrooms, there's another nice big master bedroom that is just awesome. So they did a really good job with it and love the bedrooms.
Well, let's go check out the downstairs. We were dodging dog turds on this floor when we were here earlier.
Yes, we were.
So that's great.
It was so gross.
Now, if you bring those stairs down from upstairs and go straight down, right into another unit. That's a great idea. New carpeting, new flooring in here, and it's pretty much good to go. This is a great bathroom. I love the tile work. It just needs a little paint is all.
Just a nice classic bathroom. And
Yep.
you know what? They even pulled in all the classic photos. The chandelier above the tub, you can't go back to the 70s any faster.
So this is my favorite room of the whole house. This is nice.
It is a huge room, right? We tore the carpet out. There was another closet right here, but it was just unnecessary. It has really nice countertops and cabinets, and they really paid attention to what they wanted in here.
They did.
And then
Huge double-headed shower with 2 separate doors. Look at that, his and hers.
And obviously when you have space to go back into here,
Big walk-in closet.
you have just a lot of storage.
Well, I love this property, Colter. I love the way you acquired it. I love the way you negotiated it. I love the way you're financing it. I love the things you're doing to it. I think this is a great, great property.
Well, thanks. I'm looking forward to seeing it sharp and, at its best. you
Yeah.
know. When they built this 50 years ago, it was a sharp home then. And if we can restore it back to that and just make it a nice part of our community again, we want to do that. And, there's good options for somebody to get into a home like this. And we're thinking about a lease option as a good option on this property, which I really think is going to be good for a number of reasons, right? Somebody could come in, maybe they have damaged credit, maybe they don't have 20% to put down on a house.
Maybe they just got a new job, they can't qualify for a loan.
Yeah, and so they have options now because of a lease option. And if we turn this into a duplex possibility, there's other investors that might be interested in moving in and being in the house, but renting the other half. And that now gives them an ability to cover some of the cost.
Definitely. Anytime you can not only help out people that are maybe in a tough spot, it's a great option for you because it kind of does an inflation proof, an economy proof with a lease option. You can get a little higher rents, you can get some cash down, and you're helping somebody else that maybe have a challenge to qualify normally for a loan. You can help them out and help them be an investor. I mean, how awesome would it be to bring in a young couple who just starting out, they've got a little money saved up, they give you some money, they live in part of it, they rent out the other part, and then they buy it in a couple years or they sell it, or maybe you end up getting it back depending on what happens with them. But I think it's a great, great option.
Holding on to this property is probably in our best interest because in 10 years, if we use velocity banking and some different strategies to be able to pay this down and chunk it down faster,
Yep.
or allow for that cash flow to do that with other debts, we've leveraged this debt, which is just cheap interest in my opinion.
Definitely.
And use that 9 years to pay down the property, to improve others, to increase the portfolio. And in the meantime, put a good lease option in place or just rent it and have it be a duplex. You have 3 potential unit options, right? You have the RV pad out back.
Oh,
You
yeah.
have the upstairs, you have the downstairs.
Love it. Love it. Well, we're glad you guys tuned in to us today. I think this is a great, great episode of our podcast.
We want to be as real as we possibly can. This is a
Definitely.
real life example of what we're doing, why we're doing it, and the importance that it has for us is we provide for our families, but also what it does to be a win-win for whoever we're selling to and moving to or leasing to, right?
Yeah.
And we have a lot of guys that are up there and hard at work, and that we appreciate Walter and his guys taking good care of us. And
They've done a great job in a really short period of time. They're great workers.
well, we'll just keep on doing it.
Yep. Sounds good. Well, thanks for tuning in and join us next time on our next episode.
Look forward to it.
Thanks, Colter.
Thanks.